All right, Lynn Collins of the Hit Gym in Humble, and how did you first become involved in boxing?
Well, when I met my husband, Ron Collins, he was already a professional boxer. He had 2 professional fights. And actually, we have been together since the first day we met. And from that point on, it was basically focused on his ideas of what boxing is and where he wanted to go. He really wanted to be a world champion and do well for his family.
So he had a good long career, and then he retired from boxing and got into training, and then you guys somehow ended up here in Humble and set up a gym. Tell us a little bit about how that happened.
Well, actually it started when we passed by a community center one day, and it started a boxing program. And for about a week, every day when we come in, pass by coming from work, my husband said, "Baby, that's a boxing gym." I said, "No, it's not. Keep going." And he said, "Yeah, baby, that's a boxing gym." I said, "Baby, let's just keep going." Well, finally one day, I stayed home from work and he stopped. And he went in and talked to the people, introduced himself, and asked them to come in and help them with their program. And we started that youth program at Yeshua Boxing, which was a ministry. And when that ministry closed down because the church sold the building, we continued the entire program, including the ministry, and that's how we are where we are now today. And it's been 4 years.
Now, you mentioned you have at least a couple of good stories from, I'm sure, all the different times that your husband was in his pro career. And you mentioned a time with Don King. Your husband was with Bob Spagnola and then Don King for a while, and you went ahead and gave me a little story about a formal event with Don King. So tell me about that and what was going through your mind when all that was going on.
Well, actually, when we were working with Don King, it was during the time Ron fought Julian Jackson for the world title. And we were in Mexico, and Don King took it upon himself to invite the ladies out to dinner. And we were privy to a wardrobe and flowers and pamper for the day.
So he took you out on a big shopping spree and a makeover.
And we enjoyed every minute of it, and I think he's a really great person.
Well, that's fantastic. And now you have been doing this. It's a ministry up here as well as a boxing gym that you have up here in Humble still.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Yes, it is. We make it a point to make sure that we introduce the young people in our gym to the finer things in life, which includes God. We pray every day. We hug our kids every day. And we let them know that we are there for them both spiritually and physically. And we like to minister to families that are in crisis. And we also don't turn anybody away.
You do seem to have a pretty good family atmosphere. The shows that you've gone to, it seems like it's very community oriented. And you were at another location, and now you've just moved here to another location. Tell us about that.
Oh, great. We are now located at 631 Wilson Road. It's been one of the best things that's happened to our program. We had a much larger spot, but it was back off in a warehouse, and it made it difficult for people to find us. And we were not as visible as we are now. We're on a front street. We're located in the heart of a community that really needed something for these young people to do. So we now give them an option other than walking the streets all day. They can come into our gym and choose to do some good physical fitness. And I still give all these kids a hug every day. You never know, maybe that child didn't have a hug that day. I give them a hug today, and we make it a effort to even sometimes feed some of these young kids, because they're out in the streets all day, and by the time they get to me, they're hungry, and I keep a bunch of noodles around.
Fantastic. And now you had a couple of amateur shows here over the last several months, and again, they were pretty well attended, the ones over there at the Humble Civic Center. Now you've got another one coming up. It's a Pro-Am show, also at the, I guess, going to be indoors, maybe at the Humble Civic Center or outside. What do you know about this coming up?
It's going to be April the 16th, and it's going to be indoors. It's a amateur pro show, and we're basically giving this show to kick off our fundraiser for our kids that are going to Hawaii. We take an annual trip to Hawaii to assist that program, which is also a Yeshua Center in Hawaii, which is a ministry, and we take our children down there to put on a big program to help them raise money so that they can better assist their community.
And do you know anything about any of the pro fighters that are going to be on this card? Have you gotten to that point yet?
Well, we haven't tied anybody in particular down for main event, but we do have somebody in mind that have stated that they were going to do it for us. But we definitely will have Jennifer Scott, which is our female pro fighter. She is currently 2-0. She's boxing this weekend. I'm sure she'll be 3-0 by the time she makes it to our show. And she always put on a great show. We're going to have Sam Nunez, who's going to make his pro debut from out our gym, and quite a few of our young people that are going off to Hawaii. Want to give everybody an opportunity to see what they're taking away to Hawaii, representing Texas in the community.
Fantastic. Well, we appreciate you taking time to talk with us, and best of luck in your upcoming efforts.
Thank you.
All right.